Let's figure out how to dominate in the final month of the opening chapter. But before we do, it's time to get my favorite candy, y'all. What is that? It's that bunch of crunch. Yo, let's get this going. Combos are one of the more recent additions to Fortnite, and after they came out of hibernation, they have been found roaming the fields in a variety of different locations on the map, but always out in the open. You can find them north of the Joneses, up north by Logjam Lumberyard, south of Coney Crossroads, and many more locations. Since, they just came out of hibernation, Clombos are like, very hungry and looking for clomberries. You can also find these growing off of certain bushes. You can eat these yourself for a bit of health boost, but really, these berries are to share. So Clombos are not hostile creatures, and they don't necessarily fight for you or follow you. They're just busy, just doing their own thing, but being friendly to them can go a long way. Feed them clomberries, and they're gonna just spout all sorts of useful items, including ammunition and med kits. So the real benefit over using Clombos, however, comes from the blowhole in the back of their head. So this helps the Clombo breathe, but for us players, it's an invitation to get blasted to the sky. Much like a launch pad, a Clombo's blowhole can launch you far and high, giving you a great way to rotate from one location to the other. You can also redeploy during this time, giving you even more control of where you want to go. However, if you guys choose not to redeploy, that's fine as well. Like, you're still going to be launched far away and won't take any fall damage. Now you can be ready for action the moment your feet touch the ground. Alright, so the heavy shotgun is one of the latest items to come out of the Fortnite vault, and with it comes new strategies. We all remember the start of Chapter 3, right? Our pump shotguns ended up at the bottom of the sea, and for the past couple of weeks, we've had to make do with the striker pump and the auto shotgun. For those of you guys hoping the heavy shotgun would fill the gap left behind by the disappearance of the fan favorite pump, then your wish is half granted. Like, the heavy shotgun is one mean monster, that can absolutely rip through your opponent if they aren't at full health and shields. And so while it is still unable to land that one-hit 200 shot like the pump, it can be useful for just landing critical blows that can, tilt the scale in your favor. And so what really makes this weapon useful, guys, is that it has better range than the pump, giving you guys a little extra room to work with. We do recommend you guys train your aim for this one, since the heavy shotgun does get better the more skilled you are with your aiming mechanics. Hip firing may not be as accurate as the striker pump, so you're gonna need to hold down the aim button for a more accurate shot. So focus on tracking your opponent, and the heavy is gonna work wonders for you. Alright, so to use the heavy shotgun, it's best that you have excellent aiming and tracking skills. So click on the link below and visit Aim Lab today. There you can train your aim using the fully customizable aiming routines that can help you track easier and aim faster and take down enemies much more easily. It doesn't just help you in Fortnite though. You can use Aim Lab to improve in a variety of games such as Valorant and Apex Legends. So try it out and just start improving your aim today. Fortnite has always been about building and editing, more so in the more recent chapters. So, with so many players just building, you also need to know how to clear the area quickly. There are many ways to do this, and even more so in Chapter 3. Alright guys, so let's take a look at your options. Here we go. For starters, you can always attempt your basic support removal. This is where you get rid of any pieces of a build that keep it held up. Make sure to pay close attention when any of these opportunities show up, because it can help you guys decrease the amount of control your opponent has over the playing field. That's not the only way to do this, and if you want to deal some damage and get a better look at your opponent, then you should consider using the flare gun. The flare gun was unvaulted for the weather update, and since this can be found all over the island, the good thing about using this flare gun is that you can light up structures faster and more efficiently than using fireflies. This is going to help you guys lower the health and even remove structures from play while giving your opponent something to run from. In addition to this, you can also get a visual on your opponent using the flare by marking them on the map this way. So with the ability to shake down opponents missing for the time being, this is a great way to get a location on your opponents. Alright guys, so the redwood trees are some of the thickest trees on the island right now, and if you need to clear some space in the area, you can always rely on these trees to come crashing down on your opponents. If your enemy is building too close to these trees, well, all you gotta do is just harvest them to send them on a collision course with enemy builds. This will not only destroy anything it lands on, but deal a whopping 100 damage on any players that happen to fall on. After the initial fall, you can still use the newly formed log to temporarily cross bodies of water, or you can just help it build momentum by smacking it. This is going to get the log moving again, and while the damage it causes won't be as severe as it was when it first came crashing down, you can still clear some space if you time it right. Okay, so the IO have made more progress bringing their equipment and bases to the new island. In fact, after excavating out of the ground a few weeks ago, they finally set up a more official base just above Camp Cuddle. So this is the second major POI addition since Tilted Towers finally thawed out of the frozen ice. Introducing Covert Cavern. It's the only place that you can find a good IO car at the moment, as well as some other goodies that can really help you get ready to take down the competition. So because this POI is relatively new, we want to make sure that you guys know what you're getting into before you land here, and yes, you're going to want to consider learning the spot for sure. Not only does it have a few nearby POIs such as like Camp Cuddle, Logjam, Lumberyard, and Shifty Shafts nearby, but it offers some tactical advantages as well. Alright, so Covert Canyon sits on one of the highest mountains in the west side of the map. Like, this visual advantage you can get from this can really help you determine your next move. If you want, you can even like slide down and just reach the base of the mountain rather quickly. As far as loot goes, Tilted Towers still has more chests than Covert Canyon. However, you know, it's because of the IO crates that we might recommend trying to go for Covert instead of Tilted. Yes, you heard that right, guys. IO crates are back in play, giving us more reason to love the IO. Covert Cavern also has plenty of fishing spots within the mountain, so you can just stock up on fish. So if you land here, I mean like right here, you can get a decent amount of kills. And so once you've loaded up, you can take advantage of the IO car to get to your next stop. Or you can even hitch a ride in the vent just outside. Just like Steamy Stacks once had, and the Monument currently has, like the vent just outside the entrance of the cavern can really help you redeploy off the POI if you're looking to use your glider. Alright, so we've had a lot of different strategies pop up during the course of Fortnite Flip, right? We saw players using healing sprays to patch up minor wounds, using fizzle juice to get their health back to 100, and chug sprinklers to help heal an entire team. So far, this has all worked wonders, but the introduction of pizza left us asking, like, where do pizza box fit into the healing ecosystem? And is it any better than any of the other healing options we were given this season? Well, let me tell you this. The answer, guys, might surprise you. Pizza boxes are a surprisingly interesting item. Like, you can carry a pizza box on you, but it's not really the healing item. The real healing item is the pizza slices within. And once you deploy it on the ground, like, you can either take slices and place them in your inventory or eat them straight from the box. With 8 slices, you can heal your health back to 100. So get your shields up to 50 and then save some slices for later. If you ever find yourself lacking health, a pizza party might be what you need to get back on top. Just make sure, guys, that no one is watching you, since the opponents can really technically